Hey, evening there, fellow grumpy old gentlemen. Um, Hope y'all's doing good. Been thinking about you guys a lot lately. We've been kind of active on Facebook lately. Ian's doing quite a few new videos. I saw Harry uploaded his things he watched sometime today, which I haven't watched yet, but I will, Harry. And Bob, he uploaded a couple of videos. Mike, you still with us? Haven't seen much out of you other than on Facebook. I've seen you on there a little bit. I have a feeling after this is all over that when Mike comes out of isolation, he's going to look kind of like one of the fellas from Lord of the Rings with the long hair and be wearing a robe and have a cane. Um, he'll be all not that he already he's already like really smart and knows a lot about movies and things, but I think he'll be really knowledgeable about the world and have all kinds of insight and everything after this is all over. But yeah, I just hope we all get through this and it's not too much longer where we can go back out to restaurants and just do different things that we used to do, that we're used to doing. I'm still working. Hours kind of cut back, but kind of busy today. Usually get out about 5:30 or 6. Didn't get out till way after 6 this evening, but we'll see. I guess we just take it as it comes. But anyway, this is all about Harry. This video is the year he was born was 1966, and I looked and quite a few good movies. I didn't have too much trouble picking 10. Quite a few of them I watched repeatedly when I was a kid growing up. TBS used to show this one. These are pretty much in no particular order, just ones that I really like from 1966. But this one I watched on TBS Sunday nights. It seemed like this came on like 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. That's quite a few times when I watched it, and it was the Don Knotts classic Ghost and Mr. Chicken, where he spends the night in a haunted house, supposedly haunted house, and just a really good family comedy. Watch this a couple times a year. Love this movie. I got this out of the Best Buy 598 bin 2 or 3 years ago. And this was another TBS classic. Used to watch this on TBS all the time. Way before we had a VCR, they used to show this, and I watched this just a couple weeks ago. The Batman movie. This was released. The first season had already aired, and during that season they made a movie, for a theatrical movie, and it was released that summer before the second season started. And by the time the second season of Batman started, it already started to wane in popularity. The ratings were down somewhat, and by the third season, I think that's when they added Batgirl, and that was it. I think it was 3 or 4 seasons is all it lasted. But I always loved this movie. It has all the supervillains in it, battling Batman and Robin, the Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and the Riddler. Just a good, funny action movie. And this is another TBS classic. I used to watch the TV series all the time on TBS, and I loved it when I found out there was actually a Flintstones movie. This came out in theaters in 1966. A man called Flintstone. Fred Flintstone. He takes over for this secret agent spy fella that is injured, and he resembles Fred, or Fred resembles him or whatever. But Fred becomes a spy in the movie, and they made it, I guess, to kind of like a knockoff of the James Bond movies, that were super popular at the time, or still are popular. But there were, other movies, even the Mike's famous favorite bikini movies, beach movies. They even had James Bond elements in those movies back in the mid to late '60s. But yeah, I watched this all the time on TBS. They used to show it all the time. That's back when TBS used to show really, really good movies when I was a kid growing up. Now I think seems like it's 24 hours of The Big Bang Theory or some kind of fucking reality show bullshit. But that's why I never watch TV. I never really know what's on TV. Just watch movies after I get off work. But yeah, anyway, Man Called Flintstone, great movie. And this one is an awesome movie with one of the best black comedies ever made, with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, The Fortune Cookie, where Jack Lemmon, he plays this cameraman for a TV show or something or another. He's filming. They're in Cleveland, and they're filming the Cleveland Browns football game, and he gets injured by a football player. The football player runs into him and knocks him out. I think breaks his leg or something. And his brother-in-law is a lawyer, so he sees money right away. He wants to sue the town, the football team, the player that hurt Jack Lemmon, and it's a really, really funny movie. And one of the first times they starred in a movie together, if not the first time. But I always liked this movie. It was, yeah, great movie. First time I saw this, I think it was on Beta in 1990 or 91. But great movie. And this is one of my favorite Steve McQueen movies, and the only movie he was ever nominated for Best Actor, The Sand Pebbles. It takes place, it's like a war movie. He plays a sailor, and it takes place in 1920s, I think like 1926, China, and battle scenes, and pretty good drama. It's really long. It's one of my favorites, by him, by Steve McQueen. But Candice Bergen's in it, and Richard Attenborough. Richard Crenna has a role in it. Really good movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I just have got this Blu-ray probably a month or so ago. But I need to rewatch it to see what I've forgotten about it. And this is one of my absolute favorite movies. Definitely a top 5 John Frankenheimer film. Rock Hudson starred in it, and it was kind of forgotten about for years and received more popularity like in the 90s. Took forever for it to come out on home video. Why, I don't know. I guess because it was just kind of overlooked. But it's about an older fella that's given a second chance on life. You could erase your old life if you was unhappy with it, and get a new body, use the same person on the inside, but you look completely different on the outside. You had the same personality, use the same person, but you just look different. They put you in a new town, and you just had a second chance on life. That's why they call it seconds. And great movie. Thoroughly enjoy this one. And this is another awesome movie. I just have gotten this added to my collection. I wanted to get it before Twilight Time sold them all. Twilight Time only makes 3,000 copies of each movie, and this was in low quantities, so I went ahead and snatched it up on their last sale. How to Steal a Million with Audrey Hepburn and Peter O'Toole. She plays the daughter of a art forger, and her father, this little statue he makes, gets included in this museum exhibit, and you know it's a fake, of course, and she kind of hires this thief to help her get it back, and they get trapped in the museum, and really funny movie, but haven't watched it in a while, and but I always liked this one. Definitely one of my favorite Audrey Hepburn movies. Classic film. And this one I watched about a month ago. It's from Warner Archive. Paul Newman and Harper. He plays a private detective in I think it's Los Angeles. Yeah, this one he's in Los Angeles, and then the second one, the one that came out in 1975, the one that came out in 75 was called The Drowning Pool, and it takes place in Louisiana, I think, or Mississippi, some southern town. But this one's definitely the best of the two. He just plays a private eye trying to solve a missing persons case, and excellent movie. Good photography and scenery and all that stuff, and of course a great performance by Paul Newman. And this right here is another TBS classic, one I watched over and over growing up, because I always watched the TV show too. TBS used to, when I'd come in from grade school in the late 70s, early 80s, the Munsters used to come on at 4 o'clock, and they showed 2 episodes from 4 to 5, and I'd watch both those episodes, and sometimes they would show the movie that came out, and I think the movie came out after the series had ended, but it was great to see the Munsters in color, because the TV show was in black and white, and the movie was called Munster Go Home, and it's included in this box set of the complete series that I've had for quite a while. Shout Select just released the movie on Blu-ray, and I got a notification saying that my copy that I ordered would be in later on this week, so I wish I had it to show you, but I can't wait to get that Blu-ray, because it's one of my childhood favorite movies. But yeah, it was just simple, funny movie based on the series, just goofball comedy, but you get to see the Munsters in color, and I always thought that was awesome. And this is definitely my #1 favorite movie from 1966. Mike Nichols directed it, and I've said this in other videos where I've talked about this movie, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. This movie wears me the fuck out. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong, but man, Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor, they fight so much in this movie. They play mind games. Sandy Dennis, she's really good in this too, and George Segal. They play a young married couple that go visit Taylor and Richard Burton at their house one night. They just go for drinks, and it's already like 2 o'clock in the morning when they show up at their house to drink, to talk, and they just drink, and they drink and drink, and I mean they consume a lot of alcohol, and then this was before drunk driving, I guess, was all that serious. Richard Burton takes them on a ride, and they go to another roadside bar just because they want to hear some music, and they play a jukebox, and they start dancing, continue drinking. Just, man, it's a wild movie, wild ride, but like I said, it gets to me after a while. After I watch it, I said, well, I don't want to watch that for quite a while, because it's just an emotional movie, but a great movie. filmed in black and white. Looks great. I'm surprised that let's see, did Liz Taylor win an Oscar for this? I know George Segal and Sandy Dennis, I think, won for Best Supporting Actress. I think that was the Oscar she won was for this. But yeah, another Warner Archive title, and awesome movie, but very tiring. And that's it for Harry Benson's birth year. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I know Ian posted a video, and I haven't watched his either. I'm gonna watch his very shortly. Then I'm gonna try to watch Harry's video of what he watched this week, just so I can keep up with everybody, because I'm sure everybody, Bob will post some this week, and hopefully we'll see a video from Mike, so we can see how he's doing. And James, he's been kind of quiet too the last couple days, I think. But yeah, everybody stay well, stay safe. Till the next video, and I guess mine is for next Monday, 1971. Lots of good movies came on that year. Lots of my favorite movies came on that year. All-time favorite movies. But yeah, stay safe, everybody, and bye.